Allen gets us underway for the second half. Madden back to do business. He'll ruck for about 20 minutes and then sit down. Kelly rips it out of the middle. Maxfield should have had it, but had it spent, lost it. Ball tapped back towards him, but the Blues are back there. Delulio caught in a good tackle, gets it across the half-back line. Camporelli, he's caught in Kelly's tackle. It comes back to Kelly. Well done, the skipper. Kick it. And good smothering, hand pass McKay, gets the ball back, and this kick has gone out of bounds. And we'll have a Swans free kick in between centre wing and half forward. Guess who's got it again? Paul Kelly. Bit of a surprise when he was named as captain about 3 years ago, but he's been terrific. And that's an excellent mark for a bloke who wasn't going to get a game at the start. Mooney, eventually with Luff, keeps it in short for Lockett, overruns. Hickmott the hand pass out. Luff again. 30 metres from goal, lost control of it. Big Harry, the hand pass to Christo. Woof, out of defence, perfect kick, mark to Williams.
Williams steps around on the left foot, just drags it back inside, finds Koutafidis on the run but unable to take the ball. Roos now repelling for the Swans. From Lockett looking for Mooney or kick it, and Mooney's the one. He plays on, he's clear, he's dragged down. Great piece of work there from Hickmott. But the umpire's free kicked him.
Now that is not the interpretation of the rule. If the player's trying to kick the ball and just because he gets pulled off his kick, how can that possibly be holding the ball?
So Christo now relieving the pressure for Carlton. Ball right up to the boundary line on the wing, and Michael Sexton no problem allowing it to go.
As I said, this might be the correct. I don't know whether it's the correct interpretation of the rule, but really that's silly. I mean, players trying to kick the ball, he misses the ball. How can you free kick him for holding the ball in that kind of situation?
Yeah, I could only agree with you, Lee, on that one. It was all in the motion of Mooney trying to get the left foot on the ball. The umpire saw it different. At the boundary throwing, Koutafidis from behind. Finds Camporelli. His round the corner kick is high, and again just sitting along the boundary line. Carlton just edging the ball closer and closer to their goals. Hanna's the last goal just before half-time gave Carlton the lead for the first time in the game, and it remains at that 2-point margin now. Koutafidis once again. This time Creswell runs onto the ball. Kicks towards Sydney half-forward line. Michael O'Loughlin on the 50-metre line. Great option. There was two of them there. There was Lockett at dead centre and O'Brien slightly off to his right. And in actual fact, O'Loughlin has taken the right option, I think.
What is important that O'Brien and Lockett lead to separate space and not to the same area. They're successfully doing that.
So O'Brien going for his third and all-important kick for Sydney, and he's got it. So Craig O'Brien, his third goal, and Sydney now take the lead back by 4 points.
And O'Loughlin actually has done reasonably well in bursts. So Christo, I don't think, has been in fantastic form the last couple of weeks, but the pace and height of O'Loughlin is troubling Christo a little bit, and really a good, accurate finish to O'Brien to have a set shot.
Back in the middle, and Madden gets it down to Williams. He delays the hand pass, which is hard to do in the middle, and slipping the tackle was Doreen. He was going to get the free advantage, and a magnificent kick up the half forward where Mooney takes the mark and across the half forward line to Kelly, and Kelly has continued on from where he left off in the first half and is slicing them up at the start of this third quarter.
Well, we talk about Robert Harvey being almost the premier runner in the whole competition with their combination of speed and hard running, but I tell you what, Kelly certainly pushed him. He is charging all around this office oval.
Kelly for goal, 40 metres out. He hooked it for a point. And he would have marked that one down for a goal from where he was. He's kicked 1 goal, 1. He's up to 19 possessions now, and the Swans lead by 5 points.
Silvani shapes to go long, but then just drops it in short to Hickmott. Not much gained here, but now the second kick, all-important one. It's towards Hanna, very strong. He looks strong and he is strong. Little quick kick over the shoulder, perhaps not as effective as his coach would have liked him to have done. And Delulio's wrapped up and locked it. Maxfield, off he goes. His left foot kick. O'Brien's there, well judged. He is shorter than his opponent, but doing very, very well in the marking contest against Hickmott. The kick right to the square. Lockett shepherds. Silvani touches.
Boy, little things make a difference, don't they? Plugger thought he'd shepherded Silvani out of the contest, but Silvani just got that handle.
And Kelly spoils again and sockers towards goal, but it's gone out of bounds alongside the behind post. And Craig Kelly, not Ned Kelly, but Paul Kelly putting on a virtuoso performance. And there was Lockett, as you said, Lee.
Thought he had him. Thought he had him out of the position. They've got that great ability, Silvani, just to get that hand there, whether it's touching the ball through or to spoil.
Swans in attack. Throw in the forward pocket. Williams a fumble. Ratton no time. And O'Brien went on with it a bit. Came up smiling. Throw in just inside the 50. Madden may have been pushed out. He was indeed.
It's a situation there. Stafford is holding back and Madden's going forward. And basically the Swans Rutten to explain that situation. Madden went into defence, but Stafford didn't go with him, and Sexton came out onto Stafford. Maybe Stafford to go forward and ruck against Madden would be a better setup than Mooney against Madden.
Well, it's Stafford on this occasion against Madden, but it's still Madden with the left hand. Drops it down. Hickmott, ever so close give to Fraser Brown. His right foot around the corner. Manton left hand. Well judged mark. Now he's got free in the middle. It's Delulio. He can run onto the 50. He can settle. He can go long. He can put it home. He has. Delulio's second goal in his 50th game of league football. 5 years at the club and really now finding a niche.
And really it's been a good game for Delulio. He started off basically playing forward. It's almost a defensive forward against Shannon Grant, and he did that job, and Grant was dispatched to interchange and pushed off out of half-back, and a good finish from the 50-metre line.
McKay's gone on to O'Brien. Delulio's kicked his second goal and resumes his position at half-back flank. Stafford gets the hand pass up in the air. The ball's knocked down. Brown went without it. Hanna couldn't get boot to ball. Well done, McPherson. Inside the 50. Delulio! He beat two of them. Here he goes again, Ronnie. He's kicked a couple. He's celebrating his 50th game and having a great time. Over the top, he'll probably get it back. Here's the fullback and half-back flanker. Disappointing kick there by Steve Silvani, chopped off by Doreen, and the rebound could be costly because Silvani's up the ground. Maxfield puts the ball out in front of Kickett. Kickett runs onto it and tries to soccer. The ball was blocked by Sexton, and it's out of bounds when the Swans had the numbers on the forward line.
Silvani's heart was in his mouth when the Carlton turnover, and Lockett was on his own up the other end.
Sensational stuff. It's really on here. Game, there's a lot at stake for both sides here in a critical period of the game. Sydney now some composure through the centre wing. Creswell to Lewis. Lewis, Mooney behind. No, it's Sexton in front.
Well, O'Brien and McKay were going for Monday night at Festival Hall there for a while.
Lewis on the wing. It's too tall for Fraser Brown. Looking to set something up. Tosses in short. Too many blue boys there. O'Brien went to ground. In actual fact, they've messed it up. You can read that one yourself. Swan man has an opinion, and so does the umpire. Guess who wins? Maxfield, Kickett, Delulio, Hickmott, everybody there. Fraser Brown just whips it out with the right-handed handball, but it's Luff who cleans up into Mooney, who's been very good at half forward since coming on. Great degree of mobility, little chip over to the skipper.
Look at the Carlton back. There's about 5 Carlton players surrounding Lockett back near the goal square.
Stafford, Lockett's got the break. Is it good enough? One of the 5 take it. It's Beaumont. Beaumont sets up Chris too. He's going to give it to Williams, who's running forward of the ball to half forward. He wants to step Creswell but can't. Pearce on the lead. Yuska spoils. Manton, left foot. He's got Kernahan free. Pressure from Kernahan. Free kick to Kernahan. Take whichever one. The umpire wants Kernahan. Probably the right decision there by umpire Brett Allen.
Very hard for the player running with the flight of the ball, and it was mainly Paul Kelly, but really once you're running with the flight of the ball, very hard to spoil without giving away a free kick.
So Kernahan for his first. Kernahan's first goal, and they now take the lead 6 points clear of Sydney.
And I think it's maybe knowledge of the ground. We see the free kick here, and Kelly's going back with the flight of the ball, and I don't know, I think all 3 of the players were fairly much going for the ball, but in most occasions the player standing his ground, facing the ball, tends to get the free kick.
Another change of the lead. The Blues in front, and the margin is 6 points. 1 straight kick. Madden wins in the middle. Creswell gets rid of Williams. Throws the ball over the top. Luff. Long kick. 2 against 2 on the forward line. Andrew McKay, a magnificent mark. Well, he's been fighting and wrestling with O'Brien, but concentrated on the footy long enough to mark in a pack there. Across the ground he comes to Matt Clape. Left half-back flank. Blues getting free. Beaumont hasn't seen much action today. Marks on centre wing. 61 to 55, the Blues in front. Kicked by Beaumont. Had the right weight? No, not quite. And the mark chopped off by Seymour. Brad Seymour. Half-back flank for the Swans. He kicks in the direction of McPherson or Maxfield. Good mark, McPherson. Not much room to move there. Just centimetres in from the boundary line. Daniel McPherson. Up to the 50-metre line. Big climber! Nearly a mark to Mooney. It comes to the back. Garlick off the ground. Through McKay it goes. Silvani caught by Lockett. Gets the ball out. Camporelli to Brown. Great play by the Blues. They're up against it and they've got it out. And the crowd getting on Craig O'Brien's back. He's standing the mark.
Don't they love it here at Optus Oval? Madden, that's Hanna in front. Sydney throwing everything they've got at Carlton. The umpire coming back in to adjudicate here, pulling the ball back. He wants Hanna to have another go. Vital period of the third quarter. 13 minutes in. And Sydney really giving Carlton their best shot just at the moment. This has been the trademark of Carlton over the last few weeks, that they can just rise when the occasion calls for it. Ruse inboard to Lewis. His kick finds O'Loughlin. Feed onto Creswell. Silvani in front. Silvani great. Ability just to be able to read the play as it leaves the opposition player's boot. Swings wide towards Williams and Hickmont. The ball bouncing doesn't favour the Carlton boys and gives Sydney a chance to wrap it up.
So far, one has to say that Silvani-Lockett duel is very much in Silvani's favour. On those contests where Silvani's had a chance, he's generally made the right choices.
Mooney and Sexton kick it. The quick play along the boundary line. The ball stops short of that line. McKay's handball goes over.
I once saw Plugger for St Kilda kick 10 on Silvani at Moorabbin. One of the most exciting days I've ever seen. And his final one won the game by a few points on the siren.
Allen, but Kelly takes the ball from the ground. Kicks O'Brien, which way?
He is the villain of the piece.
And McKay repels the attack once again, now towards Ratton.
I think part of what's happening down there, because O'Brien is playing as almost a dual full forward, sometimes I think Lockett's waiting to see what O'Brien's going to do, and therefore he's not making the first movement. I think that's helping Silvani a little.
Stafford goes against Allen, and Koutafidis becomes a ruckman. Brown. Koutafidis now has the ball from centre wing up to half forward. Manton went airborne and crunched down very heavily. Roos takes it. Inboard he comes to Seymour. Maxfield just behind the centre circle. Kick by Maxfield, goes for plenty of distance. Kickett waits at the back. He was pushing. Carlton free kick, and they're getting the freeze now. Hickmott to Koutafidis, unmarked at half-back flank. Brown back to Kouta, building on the stats. He's kicked round the corner just about. Oh, Roos beats Manton again. Well played by Paul Roos. Terrific stuff. Here goes Kelly through the middle. A dodge and a weave. And another one. Gets clear. Seymour's kick. In front with Silvani. It spills. Maxfield off the left boot. Nobody back there, but he couldn't pull it back far enough. And through for a behind.
Yes, I don't know whether it's a set tactic, but Lockett really isn't leading. O'Brien's the one on the move all the time, and that's why I think he's getting caught behind Silvani, because he really isn't coming up when the ball's that 2 kicks away to get into position.
Silvani's kickoff finds Christou. He conveys the ball to Sexton. Sexton with the left foot. Now towards the Hanna contest. And this one goes to Daniel McPherson. He has his skipper in short. It's a tough one for him to take. Ratton's there. He's up to it. Kelly off the ground. Sexton's going to cover the ball around near the boundary line. Linking up with Ratton and McKay. Still haven't quite cleared the area. Delulio under pressure towards Hanna. That's the one they wanted. Now they must set up a real strong thrust here. Hanna goes long. Kernahan on the 50-metre inland at the back. Manton knocks it down. Seymour's at ground level. Williams in amongst it. Roos linking in with Dereem, with Garlick. Right hand side, pushed down towards O'Loughlin. Ratton at ground level once again. Loose ball, half back. Sydney behind by 5 points. Setting it up now with Lewis. One bounce. He attacks the goal square. It's a one out here. Lockett and Silvani. Lockett twice, yes! That's the alternative way to goal that they were looking for. Previously it had all been done around the leads. But sometimes that long kick in there really puts the additional pressure on the defence.
Silvani's strong and balanced, but Lockett has just got that little bit more strength with his balance. The Swans had to get a scoring shot from this. They've been pushing forward and just continually being rebounded by the Carlton defence.
Lockett, 2 first-quarter goals. That pretty much is the angle. Can the big number 4 do it? No, he can't. This is the man with the white hat. Perhaps it may have been an opportunity to drop one of the bigger blokes down into the goal square, a Roos or a Stafford, just to have some other option into that goal line.
Silvani's kick outside the 50 finds Ratton. Ratton to the centre of the ground to Allen. This is good by the Blues. Allen pulled off his kick. Beaumont on the 50. Traps it nicely. Cornered. On the left boot. Beaumont for goal offline. Scores nothing. Out of bounds on the full.
I think it's just that Lockett has to come and meet the ball and really be prepared to push up when the ball comes to midfield, give the Swans something to kick to on his movement. At the moment, for some reason, he's holding back.
Carlton lead by 4 points. They've kicked 2 goals to 1 in this third quarter. Ball out of play. Half forward for the Blues. 6.5 minutes remaining to three-quarter time. Comes to Brown. McPherson gets him. Out of bounds for another throw-in. And this game, as you would expect, go right to the wire. And those who have backed the Swans and taken the 2-1 on offer at 10:30 this morning might still give themselves a chance. Koutafidis hand pass. Missed the man going past. And for the Third time in a row, a throw-in just outside the 50.
The game tightening right up. 10 goals scored in the first quarter, 4 in the second, and now but 3 in the third. Carlton with the opportunity now at half forward, some 50 metres out from goal. Koutafidis runs onto it, gives it to Delulio coming through from half back. He can't get through the defence of Sydney, and it's all wrapped up again. Dale Lewis, one of the real finds in football. Consider he was taken in the June draft from Ballarat. Allen's little kick finds Manson playing in front. He has Pearce on the lead and got him. Simon Garlick wasn't able to fill the gap in front of Pearce on that occasion. One of the tasks that wingers really must take on, getting back into defence and filling up the hole that the opposition forwards need to lead into. Pearce looking for his second goal. The left foot has done it. Pearce's second goal. And the Blueies now stretching the lead out to 10 points.
It's dangerous margin for the Swans. They've had a pretty good quarter but haven't been able to score. And here we saw as soon as there's a bit of space to run into, Pearce is so quick on the lead that really as long as the ball goes out in front of him in a beautiful kicking action, a bit erratic at times but a lovely action.
Blues lead by 10 points. They've kicked the last 3 goals in the game. Williams feeds out the hand pass to Beaumont. Allen lost it in the tackle. Beaumont again. Hanna should take a free and will. Piggyback isn't part of the game. It was a hair-raising tackle. Hanna from the centre of the ground. Pearce a dummy lead. And now won by Kernahan in that direction. Dunkley, the spoiler, comes to the front to Garlick. Floats the hand pass over the top to Kelly. Here goes Kelly. Magnificent game by the skipper. Roos lost it. Kelly pulled Christo off the ball. Well done by Kelly. He had it, lost it, came back into the contest.
Kelly and Christo, it was both terrific play by both players. Eventually a ball up was probably a good result, but Kelly almost got through, but Christo kept at him, kept the pressure on. Hard to get a kick out there.
Just really good. Kelly actually going up there for the ruck contest. Through Doreen it went. Beaumont. Clape has given it straight away to the opposition, Brad Seymour, who missed his first game of the season last week. Goes wide. Lewis has played no part virtually for the Swans today. Grabbed by Brown for Carlton. A centering kick. Pearce is there, outnumbered 2-1. To the front and Manton. He goes for goal and misses.
Brucey was lucky there.
Yeah, when you go third man up and your opponent stays on the ground, you've either got to thump it a long way clear or take the mark, and Bruce was unable to do either of those two, and Manton had the shot.
So Carlton now by 11 points. Doreen, a shocking kick. It's gone nowhere. It's into 3 Carlton players. Camberriali picks it up with the left foot and wastes. Really, what was it? Prime opportunity to goal.
I think Doreen's heart might be pounding this kick.
That's right, he hasn't had long enough to recover. He's got to do it again.
He's a very good kick into the ball. He's really their designated kicker off the full-back position, but didn't time that one at all, so let's give him another chance, see what he does this time.
That was a duffer straight into the water.
It was.
Very intently now, Scotty Doreen. Looking upfield. He'll go long. It's Rose and Ruse, his 2 teammates there. Rose gets it down to Creswell at ground level. The awkward kick is gathered one-handed by Delulio, trying to break through the centre of the ground. Maxfield's there with him. Koutafidis assists. Sexton's kick goes nowhere. Luff knows exactly what he's doing. To Kelly, to Maxfield, left foot, inside 50, probing towards the goal square, and McKay ensuring that it's only a 1-point score to the opposition.
I think we're seeing the value of McKay today. Doesn't play very often these days, every few weeks, but he's gone back down there under O'Brien and really given a heap of stability in to the Blues' defence last 10-15 minutes.
Maxfield really should have kicked that off his favoured left. That's the sort of goal they've got to get.
Should have gone further. He kicked from 40 metres when he probably could have kicked from 25.
Christo to Delulio. Ronnie Delulio straight through the middle, long to full forward. Kernahan, good punch by Dunkley, but into the path of Clape. Short pass is good, and Brown 25 to 30 metres out from goal.
Punch was actually too good.
It all came from the kick-off, didn't it? When Silvani was able to get the ball straight down. It was really straight down the ground from the kick-in. They didn't go wide. They were over the middle, opened up, and it was really some good give the ball to the correct position teammate.
And Fraser Brown for goal. Biggest lead of the game. Brown gets his second, and they're out to a 17-point lead, the Blues.
And I think we've seen yet again the Carlton defence completely shut down an opposition team. I mean, they've got the rebound going this quarter. The Swans have been pushing in, but really since quarter time, the Swans have only kicked 2 goals. They've had ample opportunities, but the Carlton defence really just isn't giving them a sniff.
Carlton by 17 points. Craig Bradley, Serge Silvani, David Parkin and Cole Kinnear at the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. Carlton coaching hierarchy. Watches their side start to take control of the game. Delulio, wild kick off the ground. But an over-the-shoulder free kick has been awarded to Darren Creswell.
You don't see Craig Bradley sitting out too often. He hasn't missed many games since he came over from Adelaide.
16 of Carlton's premiership side from last year playing today. Bradley, one of those missing. Jason Mooney, the mobile left footer at centre half forward for Sydney. Not sure at all where to go. Plugger knows he's got no room to lead.
They're playing the 3-man full forward line now with O'Brien, Kickett and Lockett, and obviously there's 3 Carlton defenders there. It's really blocking up that forward 50 for the Swans.
So Lewis just pushes the ball in there, hoping for something to happen. Maxfield may provide it on the right foot. He has. He's picked his goal. Stuart Maxfield picks up his first goal. And Sydney now back within 11 points.
Yeah, it's an interesting situation. The Swans had to chip the ball around the 50-metre line to 2 or 3 kicks before finally they had to kick it into a crowded area. But and from the crump position, Maxfield ran onto the ball. But really, I'm just not sure where that 3-man full forward line for the Swans isn't falling into the Carlton's hands.
Stafford back on the ground for the Swans, replacing Rose. He's had a good rest now, Greg Stafford. He might be able to ruck for the rest of the game. Might help turn the game. Allen beats him here. Bright sunshine now. Luff out of the middle, high inside the 50. McKay, what a superb player. He's doing veterinary studies up in Brisbane. That's why he's a part-time player. But Carlton need him so much they'll play him whenever he's ready to play. McKay towards the outer wing. Might have given this to Roos. Actually, Roos, he missed that. Garlick. The hand pass, half volley for Kickett. Flips the ball back. Eventually they'll get out of it. Should have done it easier than they did. Roos looking for Maxfield. Ratton got a hand to it. Sexton at ground level. Williams missed it. You don't see that too often. Creswell goes off the ground and wins a boundary throw in about 60 metres out from goal. 75 to 64. It's an 11-point lead to the Blues. At quarter time, the Swans led by 11. At half time, the Blues led by 2. 37 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Oh, a fumble by Sexton. Camporelli, Christo. He goes for distance. If they get another one, it might kill the Swans here. Creswell floats a hand pass. Well done. Seymour, out of trouble they are. Centre of the ground, well done by Hanna. Time running out, 16 seconds left. Can they get another one, the Blues? But a poor kick by Hanna. Creswell finds Roos. Maybe the Swans can get another one. Kick by Roos in front of Garlick. It sits well for him. Can he beat the tackle? Yes. Puts it out in front, but Lockett went the other way. Made it easy for Silvani, who said thank you very much and is happy now to hear the siren. Pluggers kicked just 2 goals to three-quarter time, and the Blues lead by 11 points, 11-9 to 9 goals 10. Well, it's been a great game all day, and this last half hour should be fantastic to watch. With the Blues up by 11 points. Madden back on the ground. Creswell a little hand pass to Kelly, who's knocked up getting kicks. The ball bounces up towards Kickett, past Lockett. Kickett lays a good tackle on Hickmott. McKay on all fours. Boundary line will do him, but he hasn't found it. Maxfield keeps the ball in. Just outside the 50. Another kick for Kelly. A high ball. Christou there. The crumbs come to O'Loughlin. Open goal. Michael O'Loughlin scores! Just the start the Swans wanted.
We've got an interesting situation that's happened in this quarter. Paul Roos has gone to centre-half forward for the Swans, and Michael Sexton, who was so good at centre-half back for Carlton, has gone to centre-half forward for Carlton. They've actually swapped positions. I don't know whether simply Manton has followed Roos wherever he goes, but anyway, the first goal of the quarter, that's critical for the Swans. They need to sort of reduce the margin when they were behind at three-quarter time, and O'Loughlin, good finish here, plenty of pressure on him, ran in, could have probably ran a bit closer, but really well-balanced kick.
So Sydney now back within 5 points. All-important centre bounce, and it's Koutafidis to Hanna. The loping handball. Williams taps it to Sexton, playing at centre-half forward, and it's been turned back over. Roos now providing run from half-back with a forward handball to Luff. Luff kick. Cut off by Christou. Play on, says the umpire. Handball on for Stafford. O'Loughlin is sitting there for him. Gives it back towards the big fella. Unable to take it. Silvani cleaning up. Has support from Delulio. His short kick. Sexton drops what he should have taken. Steps out of trouble. Right foot kick towards the forward pocket. Andrew Dunkley leading Kernahan in the race for the ball. And the birthday boy, turning 28 years of age today, repels another Carlton attack. Half forward flank for Carlton. Madden coming in. He'll have the height advantage over Mooney. With a fist, flips it over the back. Manton couldn't control it. Lewis working hard. Brown. Manton stays in there. Kelly in late.
That was good footy by Lewis, and I think even Carlton fans applauded that.
Stafford playing ruck for the Swans has dropped into the Swans forward line. I think Swans are probably going to go with a running ruckman, someone like a Mooney or a Roos.
Ball knocked up the ground, a Swans advantage. Chopped off by Beaumont. He concedes some ground with an awkward-looking left-hand handball. Sexton, he made it tough for Christou. They might turn it over. Williams has lost control of it. Creswell, well done. Hand pass nowhere. Sexton, his hand pass nowhere. Hanna knocks the ball up to Ratton. Going past Beaumont, spins into trouble, gets out of it. Ratton, a high spinning torpedo, 2 against 2. Dunkley spoils Kernahan. Back to Milhanna, 50 metres out. Brown, at full stretch. 30 metres from goal, Fraser Brown. Carlton leads by 5 points.
About 30 seconds ago. Great contest in the centre of the ground. Creswell hand pass only had to go forward to Stafford on his own, but the tackle spilled it clear, and really game of inches.
Distance not a bother. Pressure extreme. Poster. Well, that's unbelievable. Carlton hit the post 3 times today. Kernahan, Brown and Koutafidis. One straight kick the difference, 76 to 70.
There's plenty in this game for everybody. Sydney continue to work hard in the contest. Seemingly, though, Carlton have the answers when it's required. So here's another go for the Swans. Scotty Doreen goes long to the outer side. Roos is his target. The spoil to ground level finds Beaumont. Long hands back to Hanna, looking to set up Madden at centre-half forward. Can't control it at ground level, and again it's tied up.
Yes, what the Swans have done here, they're dropping Stafford into centre-half forward, and Roos is going to sort of run around as that running ruckman, but Mann's gone with him. Sexton is now centre-half back on Stafford, which I think good situation from Carlton's point of view, the way it is at the moment.
Mooney with the leap, but his right-hand spoil doesn't clear the area.
Lee, when the Swans beat the Blues in Sydney last year, Roos played that role of the running ruckman.
Yeah.
He had 34 possessions and he jumped and ran all over Madden that night and killed him.
Manton is just staying right on his hammer, so he's not going to be running around on his own in this quarter.
So Mooney and Madden again. It's Koutafidis. Out to Manton. Manton to Williams on the left foot. Can he do it? No, he's offside.
The point is you've got a Stafford at centre-half forward now who's fairly big and slow against a Sexton who's capable of giving Carlton the rebound. So the way this setup is, I would be thinking you might as well put Roos back to a conventional centre-half forward and Stafford into the ruck.
Green goes for Garlick. Koutafidis drops it off. There's a few cracks starting to show in the Sydney Armoury at the moment. Koutafidis has no trouble in finding Beaumont. Madden coming off. Allen will come back on. Simon Beaumont. Left foot kick to the left. Lewis can't control it in the air. Eustace is in there to help him, and they all pile up.
Well, that's early in the quarter for Madden to go off, just 6 minutes in.
I think Allen's probably been the better of the ruckman, and Carlton basically played 21 players and 2 players for one position. One's on, one's off.
Carlton by 7 points. This is desperation stuff. There's Paul Roos kicking out of defence. Cooter again. Oh, let's have a look at that football. It must have Koutafidis written on it.
Doesn't he float into the air? I mean, he just floats into the air. It's fantastic.
Well,
looks so easy.
He was a boyhood athletics champion, and he's converted that into a football champion. 51 metres out. Didn't quite make it. Off hands. And over the line, a minor score, and it's now an 8-point lead to Carlton.
Koutafidis 13 kicks, 17 handballs and 7 marks.
Most of those marks have been exciting. Certainly the 2 in this last quarter. Kick by Lewis is good distance and straight to Luff outside the 50. Kick by Luff, looking for Kickett. Hickmott the spoil. Kickett goes to ground. Williams reaches the spinning ball, beaten to it by Garlick. Dropped it red hot in the tackle. Ball, said the crowd. It'll be a ball up.
I thought it was a bad option by Luff then. I thought he came across the ground to a contest. Didn't really played on, turned the ball over, or at least drew the ball up.
Matthew Allen decides to take it, decides to spin. Flips it on forward. Cambriale to Ratton. Ratton finding Delulio with some space. On the left foot, well offline.
He'd have been licking his chop for his 3rd goal then.
Carlton by 6 points. Yet Sydney first quarter 6 goals 1, and have since kicked 4 goals 9. So the forward line really hasn't been functioning as well as Rodney Eade would have liked. Towards the wing. Roos can't control the ball, and Hanna sees it over the line.
Plenty of blokes have gone past 300, just staggering over the line, but Roosie's charged past, hasn't he?
It's been sensational. 14th year of football. Former captain of Fitzroy. Still going strong. And there's a heap in this game still. No quarter given in any of the contests. Every player quite prepared to attack the ball when it's there. And if an opposition player has got it, they'll lay a tackle. And let's see what Creswell can do. Comes up holding ahead. Roos and Manton, the 2 players at ground level, have been at it all day. 302 games, Paul Roos. Manton 46, Fraser Brown, left foot. Doreen now will have to clean up to the side, but can't do it.
Out on the foot. Swans free.
Scotty Doreen very keen to get something going, and they need to. They need to get the ball to run through the centre of the ground. Each push forward here, Carlton have been able to repel, and they've done it again this time through Hickmott.
It is a magnificent defence, no doubt about it. Delulio's kick, Luff, a good mark. Taking them on the back line now. Here's Roos. Took plenty of time, gets the ball out in front of Garlick. It's Dunkley with Kernahan. Dunkley goes for the line, gains plenty of distance. Wins the boundary throw in. Well done by the fullback who came a mile up the ground and brought Kernahan with him. Although really, Pearce is the one been playing in the goal square, so Kernahan hasn't been a true full forward. Boundary throw in centre wing. Carlton by 8 points. Less than halfway through the last quarter, so plenty of time left. Clean possession, Allen. Beaumont did well. Lost it to Garlick. Now a chance for the Swans to run. Mooney. A late replacement for Dyson. Kelly. Oh, what a mark at centre half forward. The hand pass on. O'Brien for goal. He's kicked it. And the Swans within 2 points. Craig O'Brien's fourth, 78-76.
Well, yes, they keep coming, the Swans. Really, there's nothing in this game. And Kelly again, I mean, Koutafidis and Kelly today, they've just owned the ball between them for either side, pushing hard forward. Good, courageous mark. Hand pass on and finish to O'Brien. 2-point margin.
So Sydney, the last goal of the third quarter and the first 2 goals of the last quarter, right back in this game. Centre bounce. Fraser Brown tries to go off the ground, couldn't do it. Luff, who's been very good in the last quarter, pushes it forward. McKay couldn't handle it. Manton to Koutafidis. Hickmott pushes wide towards Hanna. McPherson stays upright in the contest, wins the ball. Luff again with run from centre half back. The ball will bounce in front of Silvani. Great attack on it. Cleans it up. And Hickmott with the right foot. Now pushing towards Allen. His spoil is efficient and effective. Koutafidis. Manton looking for Pearce. Huskis gets it down. Clape provides the support at ground level for the Blues. He's in at it hard, and every Carlton player very hard at it. Matt Clape appealing to the umpire there. Carlton doing the forward thrust, unable to get the score on the board in this quarter. Seymour grubs it along the ground, buys 20 metres for his side, and another boundary throw-in.
Well, the Swans have lost just 1 game in their last 10. There's been a draw with Essendon in there, but a string of victories. Can they beat Carlton again and make it 3 on the trot? Through kick it goes. They're sharing it around. Going backwards though. They've turned it over. Now the Blues have it. Manton gets free. Puts it out to Brown. Brown dodging, weaving. Boot to ball. Williams loses it to Creswell. Doreen for the Swans. Centre wing, Hickmott for Carlton. Be some tired boys out there. Kick by Hickmott to centre half forward. Koutafidis again. Not quite this time. Clape on the bounce to Pearce. 35 metres out. Clever kick. Trapped by Delulio. This for number 3. Across the face. And a behind. 50 games in the AFL. And Delulio might have thought his chance had slipped him by when he played just 2 last year. But he's come back this year.
The trademark of Carlton being shown here this afternoon. The defence extremely strong. Sydney defence now looking to build up a forward thrust. Garlick fumbles the mark from the kick.
Oh, beautiful.
Is able to gather it, tosses it out in front of Kelly, but Hickmott cuts it off. Then turn to Ratton. Ratton's short kick swallowed up by Lewis on his non-preferred right foot. Finds his captain, turns, fires. Has he got it? It's home. On the Swannies. Sydney back in front. 12-10, 82. Carlton 11-13, 79.
It's like every time Koutafidis goes near the ball or every time Kelly goes near the ball. This time, he really was just the finish of the interception. Actually, when the Swans went forward, Hickmott read the play and he left his man to intercept the Swans' forward thrust. And then when the kick came out, it was Lewis that did the interception.
The Swans have kicked the last 4 goals. And they lead by 3 points. What a game of football. Back in the centre circle. No room for you, Garlick, to move.
It's a huge stage for Sydney, Lee.
It is.
Huge stage.
I'd be telling Lockett he's got to play in front. If the ball comes forward, he has to come and meet the ball. Don't allow Silvani to get the front spot.
Beaumont off for the Blues. Heaver on. Kick back into the pack. Koutafidis shuffles the ball out. Garlick caught by Williams. Magnificent tackle. Well done by Kickett. Look at the desperation. Kelly in there. Seymour got the ball up the ground, but he threw it, said the umpire. And the ball comes back for a free kick to the Blues. And Greg Williams appealing for it, and he says, I'll have it, thank you. Greg Williams coming up for his 15th possession. Some very clever stuff, but not outstanding. And once again, Creswell has been his nemesis. Greg Williams from a firm centre of the ground. High to Kernahan. Dunkley hands to it but couldn't mark. Gets the kick towards the outer side. Hanna and McPherson. Well done, Hanna on the turn. Clape underneath the ball. The punch towards the boundary line, and they're happy to see it out. 82-79, Sydney leading with 8.5 minutes left.
What a game. I think we took two of the informed fullbacks, Andrew Dunkley and Stephen Silvani, controlling either end for their teams. Sydney from the boundary throw in. Mooney to take the free kick. Tosses it right across that far side of the ground for Luff. His handball is wayward towards Kickett and giving Carlton a chance. Brown to Hickmons. Pearce couldn't take what hit his chest. Delulio tries to give him a second go at it. Brown steps through. 1-2. Left foot goal. Fraser Brown. Third goal. Early season injuries with a groin, but really now running into fine form.
And really, but before that, it was the Luff error on the wing. I mean, the Swans were coming out. We didn't see it just before that. Luff missed the target. Carlton went forward, and then really it was a question of who could be hardest the ball. Brown was hard at it. And a beautiful left foot pressure under real goal under real pressure.
Creswell cramping up, a lot of players very tired. Koutafidis another touch, out to Hanna. The kick by Hanna towards half forward. Here's Fraser Brown, almost the mark. He's kicked 3, he's had a tough week, and his mum, Joyce Brown, the ex-netball coach of Australia, is up near us here, near the commentary box, and she loved that last one. Here goes McPherson. Long kick inside 50. Lockett slips his man Silvani, but can't take the mark. Sauce robs the ball. O'Loughlin's still there. Whistle's gone. Free kick Silvani against Lockett.
Lockett didn't realise he had the support of O'Loughlin there and gave the free kick away. Silvani works with Ratton, who works with McKay. The centre wing position. Garlick just takes them all on. He's run a long way. Gets the kick in. Kick it in front. Must be paid the mark.
Pretty smart, that
And then Swans players clear everywhere if he can get it up.
Quickly, Derek. Come on, mate. No, he's made the wrong decision here. But he's got it.
Oh!
Perhaps that's why we don't coach any longer, Lee. We've lost it. O'Brien was able to find it.
We knew they were clear, but he probably didn't know they were clear. That's the point.
What do you blokes know about footy?
Craig O'Brien has kicked 4 goals. Very important shot at goal. And he's got it. 5 goals to Craig O'Brien. 2 to Lockett, 2 to Kelly, 2 to O'Loughlin. And really the Swans hierarchy now have got something to work with.
Really, eventually it was the hole. Again, it's more like Lockett's the one back in the goal square, and it's another Swans player leading, mostly O'Brien.
Last week the Swans kicked 18 and Lockett got just 4. Today they've kicked 13 and he's got just 2. Williams through the middle. Is he holding it? Play on, says the umpire. They might just put the whistle away for a while here. Delulio gets it to the 50. Run down by Kelly. Ruse is in there. Cops one, I reckon, from Williams. There's a bit going on down there.
Didn't Kelly make a yard to get to Delulio, though? The ball was just running for Delulio, but Kelly really made the yard to make it a contest, even though he may well have just shoved him in the back a little as he did it.
So a ball up. It'll be thrown up actually by the umpire on this shifting ground here at Optus Oval. Half forward for the Blues. It comes to Heaver. Left foot snap. Is a goal. And Carlton back in front. And even the blue coats in the background are happy with that one, and certainly the fans are. Carlton by 3 points.
Well, it's just goal for goal, isn't it? It really is just pulsating football, and we know that that's what Heaver can do for Carlton, that ground level goal kicker in the forward line, and hasn't been in the game much today, but certainly when they needed him, he's put his hand up.
Carlton by 3 points. Greg Stafford, Matthew Allen. Up it goes. Allen flips it over the top. Ratton couldn't control it. Kelly's in amongst it. Kickett just gets it off the ground. Little give by O'Brien. It's found Luff closing in on 35 metres. Has it go and it's offside. 35 metres out on the run. That's the one Rocket wanted. Silvani, a little kick, not a good one. Pressures on Sexton, gives to Hickmott. He in turn finds Williams, and the Carlton defence sets up the run through Christou.
Christou's kick short of half forward. Allen, there's no place for Madden at the moment. He went off at the 6-minute mark at the last quarter. Hanna got the ball through Manton, it goes. Koutoufides. Pearce is there, he waits. Well done, Huskis, to leave Pearce, knock the ball his way. Adam Huskis, great footy. Roos on the run forward of centre wing. Roos goes back to McPherson. McPherson goes long with a kick. Lockett, oh, it's very wide, the kick by McPherson. Not good for the forwards. And the ball out on the bounce in the forward pocket. 2-point game here. Carlton 91, Sydney 89, and we've got just under 5 minutes left.
It was a rush of blood to the head for McPherson then. There was Swans players on, but he just panicked a fraction and drove the ball long when he could have been a little more creative.
David Parkin, 3-time premiership coach with Carlton. Sees his side under pressure as Lockett gathers at ground level, drags it back around. Everyone will wait on the umpire. The theatre's his. It's 1 point.
2 goals, 3 to plug it.
Silvani, as he has done all day, just props it over to Hickmott. The second give, the handball to Williams. He in turn on to Sexton. Pushes forward, Kernahan well up the ground, just concedes the spoil.
They've worked the kickoffs really well today, haven't they, Carlton? Silvani's usually gone to that short option deep in the back pocket, and then they've just worked it out from there.
Ball comes over the back. Fraser Brown's going nowhere.
What you find with that kick in, however, is because you're going to the boundary line, it's a long, long way round for the team to score. It's when you can go down straight down the middle, that's when the kick-off is really valuable.
From the throw up by the umpire, all players just stay in the contest. No one's peeling out of this stuff. Coach's instructions at this stage is you just get in and get the footy, son.
Yeah, you could murder somebody in there and nobody would see you. Carlton by a point. They've won 22 home games at Optus Oval in a row. Will it come to an end here today? Swans go forward to half forward. Sexton spilt the mark. Stafford. Back to Sexton. Round the boundary line. The centre wing, a big pack. Roos juggles, can't mark. McPherson out the back to kick it. He tunnels the ball through. Hanna is there. Koutoufides again. He's had a sensational day. The ball at ground level, at point the margin. Clape goes for the boundary. It's tunnelled back in, but now it's walked over. And we'll have a boundary throw in.
Tell you what, Lee, I think Sydney are taking Carlton on while Carlton are nearly at their best here. They're playing very, very well.
I think this is a very good game, yeah. I think really 2 good quality sides today.
The Swans have won all 4 Melbourne games this year. Koutoufides gets a clever one to Brown. A high ball. Kernahan taken out of it. No whistle on the play. Manton didn't have time. Then he bought some time. Across to Pearce. Huskis. Tidied up at the back by Seymour. Roos been great.
Into Luff. He's been very good. His kick now to centre half forward. Lockett from behind, but Silvani's spoil is effective. To Delulio, but the captain courageous. Takes it off. Gives it to Roos. He's tossed it to O'Brien and he's taken it.
Oh!
Sensational stuff. Paul Kelly. Delulio wanted to kick it off the ground, but Kelly wasn't going to allow
One
it.
of these players out of Kudafudi and Kelly has to get 3 and one has to get 2. And they've both played sensational games for both of them.
Tony Lockett, 2 goals. Craig O'Brien, 5. And going for 6. And he's got it. O'Brien, 3 last quarter goals. 2 in the first, 1 in the third, and 3 in the critical period of the fourth quarter.
And how good was Roosie then as well?
Well, it's just the composure coming out of defence. It's such a small ground that when you get the ball cut, but this is the one. Just great play by Kelly. The ball winner, the hard runner, he's been fantastic. And as the Carlton defence was coming out, of course, the turnover or the lack of possession caught them out.
Craig O'Brien has kicked 6 goals from 10 kicks. 6 goals, 2. Swans lead by 5 points. What a performance this would be if they could get over Carlton, who won the flag last year, lead the competition this year, and the Swans are going for a hat-trick of victories against them. Whipped out of there by Brown. Off the ground by Clape. Roos has run all day. He's been fantastic. The ball near centre wing. It stays in for Manton. Well done by Lewis. Out of bounds will do the Swans at the moment. They've got the score on the board. They lead by 5 points.
That was well done by Lewis. The loose ball there, and all he did was lunge and put a hand on it to ensure that no one else was going to get it. Boundary umpire throws it in. Just forward of the wing towards Carlton's advantage. Hickmott couldn't get away from Kickett's tackle. Christou spins around on the left foot, tosses it up high. Roos is under it. Roos has got it. Roos has paid it.
Paul Roos today coming up for his 20th disposal, 5 marks.
A classical Paul Roos display. 269 games with Fitzroy. In his second year at Sydney and really earning his keep, no doubt at all. He goes towards the wing. Mooney's the target. Allen spoils. Ratton gathers, looks for Whitehead. It's still tight in close. Williams couldn't control it. Creswell gets a quick one away. O'Brien well up the ground. A short one to Lewis. Not that effective, but the kick off the ground from Lewis is because Kelly can feed O'Brien and he can feed Lockett and does. Tony Lockett. 74 goals, 33 for the season.
Well, I tell you what, I've seen some games of football this year, but this is the most pulsating, exciting, high-quality game I've seen. This has just been a sensational example of what Australian rules football can be.
Lockett's only had 5 kicks today. Silvani has had the measure of him, but if he kicks one here, it might be the clincher. It's in the last minute, it would be.
Lockett poised over the ball and the Sydney flags go up behind the goals.
They're home.
Rodney Eade, 4 premierships as a player with Hawthorn. He sees his side. He loves what he sees.
I think what he might have seen is the television monitor with the amount of seconds there is to go. But really it's been a fantastic fight. Even Kelly again. The pulsating run, they've just been fantastic, the Swans are. I think their leg speed is the thing that's really got them over the line here.
Back in the middle for the closing rights, 32 seconds remaining. Kickett gets the hand pass out. McKay can't get rid of the ball. That was a ball and all tackle by O'Brien, who's kicked 6 goals and has worked hard when they haven't had it as well. The clock ticks. The Swans are going to win. Can you believe it? Carlton have won 22 games straight at Optus Oval. Here's Fraser Brown. Over centre wing. Manton and Roos. It gets to the back. Seymour's hand pass up the ground. Kick it! The Swans triumphant! A magnificent victory by the Swans, who seem to have the Blues measure. They've beaten them the last 3 times in a row. Victory today by 11 points, and it must seem like a premiership to them. Certainly, finals are beckoning. Down on the boundary line, Here's Dipper with Andrew Dunkley.
Thanks very much, Drew. Firstly, happy birthday.
Thanks,
and Drew just said that it must feel like a premiership to win against Carlton.
Yeah, well, you know, they've been the gun side for a couple of years now, and we really set ourselves for a big one today, and, you know, it's been really good the way we fought it out to the end, and we have been all year, so just hope we can keep it going.
Your captain today, Paul Kelly, was inspirational right through the whole game.
As usual for Cal, you know, he's in there getting the hard ball every week. He's just brilliant. He's just an absolute sensational leader for us, and just hope we can follow lead his example, you know.
And what sort of week has it been for the Swans? It's been a bit of a roll and come up to Carlton, a casual week?
Oh, not really. It was a pretty light week because we played on the Sunday last week, but you know, the boys are pretty fresh today, and we knew we'd be able to fight it out right to the end, and that's the way it worked out.
Well played and happy birthday, son. Go join the boys.
Well, there's Tony Lockett with a broad grin. They get together as a group, high fives, a jumping skipper, Paul Kelly, a smiling coach, Rodney Eade. Well done by Rocket Eade. They've won their last 5 matches in a row, and Paul Kelly's stats are worth repeating. 29 possessions with 10 marks. What a day he had. And the Swans jubilant. Look at Rodney Eade. Well, last time I saw a coach that happy was you in 1990, Lee.
Well, this is when you miss coaching. This is when you miss being involved at club level. When there's really, there was just such excitement in today's game, and the way the Swans just kept coming and coming. Carlton certainly didn't lay down, but just that little bit more midfield run. I think Kelly was the example. He could win the hard ball, but he could also cover the ground with speed and long run. And I think that was just the marginal advantage that the Swans had over the entire game.
That's a good memory I'll take away with me from this game, and that looks like it'll be front page of the paper tomorrow. Coach and captain.
And so it should be. I mean, they've both done very... Rodney, the difference with Sydney for mine is that Rodney Eade knows his players and he can match them up. And he ran some very good one-on-ones there today, and so a very good tactical display from Rodney Eade. But his captain, Paul Kelly, oh, gee.
And look at those fans. Some of those look as though they've been following the red and white since they were South Melbourne 50 years ago.
They don't look like an interstate club, do they? With
No, look at those colours for the Swans in Melbourne. They've come to town, the southern capital, 5 times this year for 5 victories. Look out the premiership as the Swans are on the march. Sydney 15-12-102, Carlton 13-13-91.